Yeah, I seem to be having a lot of two-parters here because, well, rather than think about the problem, which is, I guess, I need a new phone or to clear out more memory or something, I'll think about the solution, getting a new phone or something. We'll figure it out. Anyway, those of you who are back probably are the ones who are interested in hearing a story, an example of mine about problems and solutions. Those of you who already saw the first part, you already saw the best part because that was what Christ teaches us, and I can't approach that, right? Well, anyway, just to give you kind of a personal um, situation, I smoked for many years. I started smoking when I was 14 years old, just because it was the thing that we did. You know, we were street kids, we were city kids, and smoking was cool and tough. And you know, in order to be cool and tough, we smoked. And when I started smoking, cigarettes were 23 cents a pack. I smoked for 20 some years. I smoked all through high school. I smoked all the years that I played sports, all the years that I wrestled. I smoked when I went through the police academy. Uh, Gosh, I went through the police academy. I was 21 years old, and I smoked 2 packs a day then. I'd smoked 4 packs a day in college just to stay awake, and and drank like 30 or 40 cups of coffee because I was going to school full time and working full time. And anyway, went to the police academy. I was working, or I was smoking 2 packs a day then, and every morning we had 2 hours of PT, and still the only guy that usually beat me in the run and the other stuff was a guy who was 35 years old and smoked 2 packs of Camel non-filters a day. Now, I am not saying that smoking's good. It's not. It's bad. Okay, don't do it if you don't. And but uh, I finally I gave it up. But the way that I gave it up, and I was in good shape when I was 21. Uh, Went into the cops, and after my years in uniform, went into undercover and other things, and let myself go. And I was in lousy shape when I was 30. And then I kicked the cigarettes um, in my mid 30s. And by the time I was 40, I was in better shape than I was when I was 20. But the way that I did it, now, like any of you who have tried to quit smoking, it's not easy. And you know, I probably ate a pound of Jolly Ranchers a day because at the time I owned a gym, and I had business in like 5 different cities. And so I spent a lot of time in the car. And when you're used to smoking, you need something to do when you're used to, doing this all the time. It just takes up. Not only is it physically addictive, but it's mentally and probably emotionally addictive, and it's just something to do. And so I ate Jolly Ranchers, and I gained 20 pounds, and by the time I was through that, I was at least I didn't smoke anymore, but I was hardly the physical specimen that I would have liked to, or that I should have been. Well, anyway, the way that I did it, and I don't mean to sound like I'm any great example. Many of you have done the same things, but you can't think about what it is you don't want to do. I used to deal with people at the gym all the time who wanted to lose weight, wanted to, and first thing, it's not the weight, it's the fat. And I'll probably do a video on that one of those days, because one of the primary things about being prepared is you have to be physically fit. Uh, but take your mind off of the thing that you don't want to do. I had to quit thinking, oh man, I can't, I don't want to smoke a cigarette. I don't want to smoke a cigarette. I don't want to do. You got to get off of that negative stuff and put it on positive, and that is, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to run again. I want to be able to you know, do physically what I should, and that was what did it for me. And it was ways coming back. You smoked for 20 years, and as much as I did, and also I was a cop, and I worked undercover, and I put a lot of I drank a lot. Yeah. Um, so coming back out of that was, it was a long road, but the way that you do it is you constantly keep your eyes on your goal, on the solution. Okay, the goal is what you want to be. The solution is how you get from the problem to the goal. Okay, you keep thinking about the problem, you're just gonna remain mired in that because it's a negativity. It's gonna drain you emotionally and mentally, and you need to get your head off of that. Now, whether that your financial situation, you can't afford to prep more than you do, uh, uh, get out of that and get your mind on first the solution. Well, first the goal, because you got to know where you're going, and then the solution. So this is just it seems like common sense, but but when we're in enmeshed in problems, common sense isn't always at the forefront of our minds, right? So that's what we do need to keep in mind. Get your head and your mind off of the negative, off the problem, and on to the solution. Okay. So that's it, and I'm gonna figure out a solution for why I have to keep making two-parters here. And you all have a good day, and remember that we prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.